Hey guys, it's James, and today I'm hyped to talk to you about why Stellar Blade should be on your radar. We're just a couple of days from its release, and I couldn't resist the urge to give you 5 reasons why this game's got me ready to play. So let's get started. First off, let's talk about Eve. Yeah, she's been a bit of a hot topic lately, and for good reason. The team behind Stellar Blade has put a ton of effort into crafting characters that not only look stunning, but also draw you into the game's world. The developers at Shift Up have stated they want Eve to look better than you and I, and have intentionally focused on developing her backside with special physics because that's the focal point that the player will see the most. Do I care about booty physics? Absolutely not. Am I upset about booty physics? Absolutely not. Also, while researching this, I found out she's developed after a South Korean model. I'll leave her IG as the first pinned comment so you can decide if you see the likeness between the two. Definitely let me know. Let's delve deeper into the visual aspect, which is number 2 on our list. From the get-go, Stellar Blade has been a treat for the eyes. Trailer, gameplay snippets, character models, and the demo have consistently wowed us with their style. While it might not claim the title of greatest looking game of all time, it definitely resides in the upper echelon, I would say top 10 to 15%. Whether it's the diverse design enemies, which in the demo we fought 11 different types, the compelling character models, or any of the supporting cast, the visuals are nothing short of stunning. All around, they have been amazing. My favorite part visually with the demo is when Eve is first released from the capsule and the explosions are going off in the background. You get to see some particle effects and several other visually appealing things take place. This was just a visually appealing scene. Now, in comparison to other visually impressive titles like Hellblade 2, I don't think Stellar Blade will outshine its counterparts. It is poised, however, to make a significant impact with its beauty and style. Alright, number 3 is the combat, and this is where Stellar Blade really shines for me. The demo gave us a taste of what's to come, and I promise it has some depth. It really does come off super fast paced at first glance, but once you dig in, you'll find there's a strategic layer that reminds you of some of the gaming greats. Think Dark Souls meet Jedi Fallen Order. The game is really that good. I would say though, many people will be disappointed seeing as how the game does come off as a hack and slash, and all of the cinematic and gameplay, if you haven't watched a lot, will give you that impression. It's not until you get some time in that you realize the nuances of combat. This game has expertly combined many systems from other Souls games. One of my favorites in particular is the posture bar like Sekiro. Each enemy and Eve have this bar. With this in effect, you'll have to manage your resources, which in turn creates a dance in battle. Dodging, parrying, using abilities, and managing your stamina gauge. All around, I'm very pleased with the system and the experience it provided. You'll also be given the option to spend points and unlock new abilities. From the demos, it's looking that you can spec into several different talent trees. I'm very curious to see what the min-maxers out there will do with this. Alright, number 4, let's talk about how the game is structured, something I like to call the game setup. It's about what the game actually offers you as the player. This is where Shift Up, the developer, has really made an impression on myself. Not just with their words, but what their actions are. They've been vocal about Eve, the characters, and their appearance, but they've also delved into the realm of single-player games and their ending. I'm going to give Shift Up some extra attention because they've said things that resonate with me personally. The idea of a game with a definitive ending where single-player narratives thrive alongside live service games is something that I have wanted and have talked about a lot here on the channel. I'll play the demo and I understand it's not the full game, but it does show us what we should expect. And for what I've seen, Stellar Blade seems like it's tailored to my taste. It brings back memories of older games where you have a bit of freedom to explore, climb, and drop, but ultimately it guides you from point A to B, objective to objective. There's combat, there are cutscenes, and there's a final boss. All of the pieces are there, and while it may open up a bit with a city and side quests down the line, it still gives off that old school vibe of being a linear story-driven game. And I'm a fan of that. I've often talked to people in the community about how I want a linear experience sometimes, with the vast majority of these larger AAA games being open world with the focus on you dictating your own journey through it with loose objectives to guide you. Sometimes that's personally exhausting for me, and Shift Up with Stellar Blade is going against that trend and grain, and I'm very excited about it. As for the story and characters, that's a bit up in the air until the game actually drops, but based off what I've seen, the gameplay is solid. The rest we'll have to wait and see, but I'm a fan of these types of games, so I'm super hopeful that this doesn't come back and bite me in the cheek. If you are enjoying this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. That way you won't miss out on any future updates, discussions, and live streams. All right, back to the video. Our 5th and final point is all about timing. Take a moment to scan through your mental landscape of April. Not exactly overflowing with games, right? Now, I understand different strokes for different folks. I get it. Everyone's got their own personal preferences. I get it. But if I'm being honest, when you glance back through the release schedule and you look at from January through March, it's like you're running a marathon. But then when we look at April, it ain't nothing in there. It's all about the timing, right? Stellar Blade doesn't have to fight for its place among the other big releases. I understand Sandland is dropping on the same day, but it's like comparing apples to oranges to me personally. But imagine if Stellar Blade launched in mid-March. It'd be fighting with Dragon's Dogma and Rise of the Ronin, a real Craig versus Debo type of situation. But now it's smooth sailing with May's biggest hitter being Hellblade 2 as its only rival. Personally, I like the fact that this game will get time to breathe. I like the fact that we'll have time to enjoy it. And I like the fact that as a consumer, we aren't being forced to pick between the two right away. So there you have it, 5 reasons why you should be counting down the days to Stellar Blade. Captivating character, stunning visuals, and the combat is looking dope. Definitely don't take my word for it because I'm just a random dude on the internet, but check out the demo. And if you don't get the time to do that, check out this link right here to me live streaming the demo. Other than that, I'm out. Peace.